Former NATO Secretary General Anders-Fogh Rasmussen, currently an advisor to the Ukraine government, has come up with a cute idea of sneaking Ukraine into NATO via the back door. NATO's summit in Vilnius, Lithuania is almost upon us, and President Zelensky is threatening not to show unless NATO commits to inducting Ukraine into its club. Since Zelensky was to be guest of honor, his threat is not being taken lightly. Some NATO member states, such as Poland and the Baltic states, whose bark is inversely proportional to their bite, want Ukraine in, like yesterday. Others, such as France and Germany, point out that if Ukraine were to join while it's at war, NATO too would be at war and against a nuclear-armed superpower. Enter Rasmussen to the rescue. No need to extend Ukraine a formal invitation, he says. All 31 NATO member states would have to agree to it, and that would take forever. Instead, why not create a coalition of the willing, a group of NATO member states that are already eager to go and fight in Ukraine? If NATO cannot agree on a clear path forward for Ukraine, he says, some countries might take action. I think the Poles would seriously consider going in and assemble a coalition of the willing. The term coalition of the willing recalls the time the Bush administration tried but failed to make the 2003 Iraq invasion a joint NATO endeavor. In the face of fierce resistance from France and Germany, the US had to make do with a coalition of the willing. Anyone who wanted to join the Iraq invasion was welcome to do so. Rasmussen's proposal is cute. Once NATO member states are fighting alongside Ukraine, they will be targeted by Russia. Their lines of supply, their logistics, even their army and air bases would come under attack. And when that happens, Article 5 would go into effect, one for all and all for one, and NATO would finally be at war with Russia. Prevailing NATO wisdom has it that Russia is afraid of NATO and nuclear escalation. Faced with the might of NATO, Russia will have to back down and slink away. It's a cute idea, but a little too cute. First, Article 5 doesn't say NATO goes to war the moment any NATO member comes under attack. What Article 5 says is that in the event of attack, each NATO member state will assist the party attacked by taking such action as it deems necessary, including the use of armed force. In other words, each NATO member will decide for itself what, if anything, it will do. Then there's Article 1. According to that, every NATO member must resolve to, quote, settle any international dispute in which it may be involved by peaceful means, and to refrain in its international relations from the threat or use of force. Clearly, any NATO member state that goes to Ukraine to fight Russia at a time when NATO is supposedly not a party to the conflict would be in violation of Article 1, in which case no one in NATO will be obligated to come to its rescue. Kiev really isn't getting value for money with Rasmussen.